If you hold XRP right now in 2024, it's time for you to be honest with yourself. What do I mean? The answer you're going to get in detail with respect to XRP, with respect to the altcoin market, and the entire segment of crypto. This is where you need to understand there is a difference between the fundamentals, there is a difference between the current affairs and the market sentiment. If you look at XRP, the thought process like Ripple announces tokenized gold coming onto XRP ledger. That's a huge thing. I agree, that's literally mind-boggling. Because you're now going to watch stable coins, gold, commodities entering XRP ledger. Value in the ledger is going to increase. This is how the value of Ether went up nuts. So the same can happen, but it didn't happen overnight. This is the latest. Yes, this is this month, this week. But if we go back in time, how did this evolve? You can actually see that. If we go back further, you're looking at different things at different time, and you're looking at how we reached here. And XRP ledger definitely has an edge on that. So the fundamentals didn't change, rather, it just got concreted. You're just building a huge foundation for a skyscraper. We know that. But right now, if you're in the market, one of the biggest questions in your mind is why the hell is the price not going up? This is a resistance which has been there from 2017. So it's literally like 7 years of resistance. But did we see something similar before? If we did, what the hell was the result? This is something we need to discuss in detail with respect to the current market sentiment, because that's what pushes the price up. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10 person of this world. Few days back, I argued in a video here when I was on a road trip. I still wanted to make that video, and I put it out saying, guys, maybe this is what we're going to do. We'll do some chop, then we'll see a drop, which is most likely retesting this moving average, which is on a 3-day chart, a 21-day moving average, and then bounce back up. So now you bring up the same Ether on a 3-day with a 21-day moving average, same standard moving average. We're getting so close to that. So if you are prepared mentally, now you're not shaken, because when the Bitcoin whales are trying to shake you out, you need to know what the hell is happening. Remember, when the price action, this is an altcoin market chart, when the price was still here back in April, I told the SI family, let's watch for something like this. That's showing higher probability. And this is that chart. And that's one of the reasons why we still retain 1,000 plus members and growing, 1,100 something growing, right? Why? Because that thought process was given. Watch, we may actually drop. Fine. Did we drop? Yes, we almost came 99% back to that accurate level we showed. Then the thought process was you should go up to retest that level and then get rejected first before you even go up. So was that the same thought process? Yes. Now there is a deviation. It's not 99.9% accurate. It's 90%. I was thinking we'll get slowed down here at this resistance, but we went a little bit above, showing sellers were getting a little weak, or buyers had some more time to try to push and break this. Now keep this in mind. While all of that plays out and you think you're not a wave guy, fine. Just forget about all those. Look at what the pattern is forming. You all know about this pattern, right? That's clear. If we are forming such a pattern at this level, it is going to be something very interesting. We have seen similar movements in the market in the past, and we know how it ended. We broke higher, we went nuts. Yes, that was a very long time, and that's accumulation. Here, that's a reaccumulation mode. So what you are expecting is mark up phase, the real FOMO season. But say you go back, you want to understand, okay, if we are honestly expecting a FOMO season, then what the hell is happening now? I mean, the price is down, the market is down, everyone is in the panic mode. Why the hell is that so if the market should be going up? Because there are very few assets on the green side for the week and a ton of assets on the red side in just 1 week, right? There are fundamental assets, there are good assets, bad assets, everything almost down, right? 30%, 40%. Okay, that's a great question. But if it is something which is deviating from history, okay, be concerned. I mean, there's no reason. If this is the history, you drop 30% every now and then. If this is the history, you drop 28-30% every now and then. Why should you panic when you are just repeating the history? So here you are, you dropped 30%. Close enough. 29.8, 30, okay, fine. Now, is it just that? No, it's not just that. When you're here in the market and you're looking through the noise and trying to understand what should you be thinking. Now, yes, this is my argument. If you think that's wrong, let me know. Comment section is open wide. Blast, that's okay. But let me first say this clearly. This level of support in the total altcoin market then turned into a resistance. So you broke that to the upside. You had a couple of these 30% corrections before you took the first big leap. Now, what do I mean? Before that, each pump to the upside was kind of limited, right? 60%, 100%, that was it. But after that particular correction, the price actually went up like 5x. And that's the entire altcoin market doing a 5x. So there are small caps getting 50x. There are large caps doing 5x, fine. But you're watching that. Now, ask the same question. Where the hell are you right now? You have a support which turned into a resistance. Now you broke through. Now, if I do plot that correctly, it comes somewhat like this. So you are watching the first run up, the correction which you saw here, and the next correction here, you're getting that. So if we are repeating history, I'm not worried. That 30% drop, I'm all for that. Now, that's on a weekly, that's a macro. You know how things are going, because when you're on a macro, these 30% drop, it doesn't look bad. Trouble, however, lies in when you are coming into the current time, into the daily chart, experiencing how the market is behaving. While that's playing out, it doesn't feel good. Honestly, we all agree on that point. And that's why the fear is still alive. So the trend line support on total market is still showing you still have some way to the downside. Now, if you put a number on top of it, that's close to 4.6% further to the downside. And that would actually show you a perfect retest of the breakout. Now, it's already almost close enough. But sometimes we may just bounce back from here because the whales may not give you the perfect opportunity. Remember, we were discussing Bitcoin should come down to which level? Around 66 to be happy, to see, okay, there is some kind of correction. One of the primary reasons for that is this. Now, don't worry, I'm going to jump back into XRP, but you need to first understand what the market itself is doing. Because if the market decides to drop back down, it doesn't matter how strong XRP is on the fundamentals, the market sentiment is not allowing it to break higher. Until it breaks higher, don't go bullish. Now, if you're a perma bull, long-term holder, fine, that's a different story. If you're someone new who is trying to accumulate more, if you don't have next 5 years as horizon, don't do that. Buy the assets which are trending higher, higher highs, higher lows. I have been clean and clear on this for last 1 year. And that means this entire run up, I was giving you the same thought process. When the market goes up, join that party, use it to your advantage. That's exactly what I've been sharing throughout in the SI family. So if you want to join, use the link in the description below in YouTube or in the bio on Twitter. So guys, let's jump into the XRP side of things. But before that, when you look at these big pumps, you may have a question, okay, can that really happen again? If you look at some of these assets which are which is just in front of you, there's a macro chart. Again, it's a macro chart. It gives you a clear narrative. Yeah, you had a big pop. I mean, that's not a small move. When the market literally bursts like this at 200x, that's not a small deal. But then the next one was even better, 500x, actually 540x. So the market can do those things, those moves, with what? The hype. With what? The entire market sentiment being bullish. So you can actually note this asset didn't do anything till almost Jan 2021. And that's where this guy started running up. And it ran up till May, almost May 2021. Now, if you put that into the correct picture, the time. Now, if you want to actually ask the question, okay, Jan 2021, where the hell was Bitcoin? Bitcoin started from here at the bottom. You can see this. That's like $3,000. And it went up to $45,000. Till that time, you just saw the other coin did nothing. And then, while Bitcoin moved from that 44 to 64, that guy went up nuts, 500x. Why the hell did that happen? This is one of the reasons why I say, hype is hype. You want to follow that? Great. But reality, the facts, the numbers, the data, that doesn't lie. If that's true and you believe in that, now all that you need to look at is what the hell did happen at that time. And what are you watching right now in the market? This is the easiest question you need to ask. So if you put that correctly and ask yourself, okay, here the price went up, but the RSI went down. So the RSI was reducing even when the price is going up. Now, if you have multiple scenarios, we'll actually show that clearly. Then, this is something you're watching here, which I'm personally looking very, very cautiously. Now, I would clearly explain why. But now, look at this. The price came back up to retest the previous top, almost close enough. I mean, you can actually see close enough. But how close do you think the RSI is with the same two data points? It's nowhere near that. One is like 89. And that's on a weekly, guys. Weekly. And then the current one came to 70 and got rejected. Now, this is so if the weekly closes as it is. Or if it closes below, it's confirmed. Now, you can argue, okay, SI, that didn't go up here. It's same double top. Yeah, that matters. Why? Because at that time, if you put the argument, you need to actually look at multiple arguments which you need to put in. Say, for example, the 1, the 2, the 3. What do you see? Sometimes, right? Sometimes you need to be in the panic mode. But no. You need to know what happened last time so that you can prepare accurately. So the scenario which you just saw on the weekly side is now in front of you on the monthly. That's exactly what happened back in 2021. So the monthly show you this. It came, so Bitcoin on a monthly, initially it came up to 62, 64. Then again, it came up to that range for the monthly close. At the same time, what was the RSI showing you? No, I don't agree. I'm going down. When the price is going up, slowly, someone big is selling and moving out for some reason. Right? So that's the monthly. Now take the exact same thought process and come here on the weekly and ask yourself, what do you see? If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. Fine. But we will be here. We will come back to each of these videos and say, yeah, watch. We told you this is going to happen. And right now, that's exactly what you're seeing. But in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, if that's what I'm going to say, and you decided something else, I mean, there's no benefit. But remember, the first time when you got that negative divergence confirmed, that's here, history shows you clearly. This is that point, Feb. So you go back to that Doge example, you'll see most of that 540x came in Feb, March, April, May. Boom, that's it. And during that time, Bitcoin didn't move. If you go back in the videos for last 3, 4, 5, 6 months or even a year, you will see me saying the exact same thing, at least clearly from last 3 months. Saying, okay, we are watching this zone. I want to see this zone happening here. But now, it doesn't make sense if you're not in the SI family that I told you that it is this. I told you most likely we're going to watch a range. So for those who remember what we talked about, you already know these kind of thought process was delivered clearly. Say Jan. I was saying, okay, we are at 40, we may look at 70 to 80, this level, and that's where this may come in. Interestingly, we did that. So that's Jan. Okay, you come forward. This is when? March. When the price was at that 74 level, 73 some hundred, I was saying this. Now watch where we are and what we are doing. So that thought process of coming down did happen. The thought process of going back down to test that did happen. Now what? Slowly getting rejected to do what? I've already shared my thought process clearly in the charts in the SI family, detailing everything because it's not about me. It's about the charts. If the charts show you something, you need to look at that cautiously. But the trouble is, if I'm in the land of candlesticks and I don't know the language of that land, it's a trouble. That's why I say use expert advice when it is needed. Because we know for one reason you're not leaving this asset completely. XRP is showing one of the biggest promise for the future. There is no way around it. The real world asset, the tokenization, will bring a ton more money into this. But the question is, if you don't have time, if you are tight on time, you're confused about what's happening in the market right now. And that's why things like this are so important. The last 6 months, for all these rate announcements, which is going to come tomorrow, that's important here, the price dropped 10% before that. Fine. After that, it slowly went back up, slowly went back up, slowly went back up. So will that be a different thing this time? And remember, all those times, they did not change the rate. So if that's what they're going to do, almost same expect what we have seen before. But if they cut the rate, even 5 basis points, that's massive. The valuation of any asset for that matter should start to go back up. But the trouble is, we don't know how many big banks are about to blow. If you are in the market right now, it's euphoric. Nasdaq at all-time high, SPX all-time high, Apple hit all-time high. You are looking at a crazy time in the market right now where the economy is not performing, but you're watching things like this in front of you. The is literally everything in the market where you should be focusing on. There's a lot to digest. There's a lot of fundamentals for sure. But be in the right place, gather the right data. If you're on Twitter and you're not following me, give a follow here. Now, guys, if you watched till this point and you think you received value, smash that like button for me. I appreciate that a lot. And if you have any questions, drop me in the comment section below. I'll get back to you. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.